There is a definite and distinct pattern to the way that each of the four personalities thinks, approaches life, behaves, acts, and formulates decisions. You will discover that each personality responds uniquely to both successes and the stresses of life. When they feel a greater degree of control in their life, you will observe the positive qualities of a person's personality. When they are experiencing overwhelming challenges, they may crack under the pressure, especially if they lack the necessary discipline, and when this happens, you will witness the darker side of who they really are. As you become more conscious of the personality characteristics, you will begin to notice distinct personality indicators that will make it possible for you to determine other people's personality type in a shorter time frame. Every opportunity and interaction presents a new set of unique challenges based on the prospects that you are working with, because their needs are different based on their personality motivators, which in turn impacts the way they go about making decisions. By mastering the knowledge of the four personality types, you will be armed to meet the personal needs of each situation and significantly increase the number of successful outcomes that you achieve. Winning more often in life and increasing the number of successful sales interactions that you experience will be a direct result of your ability to size people up quickly and then adjust how you speak and present to them. Awareness of your own personality and how you tend to filter and process information, and your ability to make the necessary internal adjustments, will be a significant contributor to your overall success. As training programs such as this became more popular and mainstream, it became evident that this knowledge provided sales professionals with an unfair advantage in the sales arena, to the point that it led to the introduction of counter-selling programs that offered customers and buyers strategies to reverse the effect. For example, in many larger corporations, sales appointments are always held in a neutral room near the front lobby rather than in the customer's office. Our perspective and our priorities are rooted in our personality. We are less likely to resist those who strive to appreciate our views and show respect for what is important to us. We appreciate the brilliance of those who seek first to understand us and follow through in a manner that meets our needs and preferences. Edward de Bono said, "Some psychologists believe that the ability to listen to another person, to empathize with and to understand their point of view is one of the highest forms of intelligent behavior." This diagram is referred to as the four temperaments model of behavior. Each of the four quadrants contains the name of a personality style, beginning with driver, expressive, amiable, and analytical. We are going to review the top, labeled extrovert fast-paced, and bottom, labeled introvert slow-paced, and then the left labeled task logic, and the right side labeled people emotion of the circle, to gain insight into information provided in the diagram. Our goal is to capture a basic breakdown and formulate an understanding of the meaning of the terms used inside and outside the four quadrants. On the left side of the diagram, there are two personality types listed. The one on the top left-hand side is called a driver, and the one on the bottom left-hand side is called an analytical. As the descriptive words on the left-hand side of the image indicate, both the driver and the analytical are people with personalities that are apt to be more task and logic-oriented. Another good descriptive phrase is bottom-line people. These would be people who are less likely to sugarcoat their messages because they prefer to get to the point and press forward to get the job done. Efficiency and time management are priorities for them. On the right side of the diagram, there are two personality types listed. The one on the top right-hand side is called an expressive, and the one on the bottom right-hand side is called an amiable. As the descriptive words on the right-hand side of the image indicate, both the expressive and the amiable are people with personalities that are apt to be more people and emotion-oriented. Although the two definitely move at different paces, these are people who are more in tune with humanity because they are more sensitive to the needs of others. Enjoying the moment and sharing it with other people around them is a priority. If you had to categorize yourself, do you think your personality is more task logic or people emotion oriented? On the top side of the diagram, there are two personality types listed. The one on the top left-hand side is called a driver, and the one on the top right-hand side is called an expressive. As the descriptive words on the top side of the image indicate, both the driver and the expressive are people with personalities that are apt to be more extroverted, fast-paced, and outgoing-oriented. These would be people who are more likely to stand out in a group because they aren't shy about being noticed or speaking up. Expressing themselves publicly is natural. On the bottom side of the diagram, there are two personality types listed. The one on the bottom left side is called an analytical, and the one on the bottom right side is called an amiable. As the descriptive words on the bottom side of the image indicate, both the analytical and the amiable are people with personalities that are apt to be more introverted, slow-paced, and reserved. These would be people who are less likely to stand out in a group because they prefer to blend into the background and tend to keep their opinions to themselves unless prompted to speak up. They are reserved. Shyness, especially in public, is a natural state for them. If you had to categorize yourself, do you think your personality is more extroverted, fast-paced, outgoing, or introverted, slow-paced, reserved? This concludes step number 3 of the learning path. Please click on the green Next button with the white arrow in order to advance to the next step.